A controversial film is scheduled to be shown in Calgary over the weekend. The film is directed by Cassie J and explores the world of the men's rights movement. However, it has been condemned as anti-feminist and anti-women. Controversy over the documentary has led to some protests and cancellations of its screenings, including here in Calgary. Last year, there was an on-again, off-again plan to show the film before it was finally screened. Joining us to continue the conversation this morning is Danielle Smith from Global News Radio 770 CHQR. Get us up to speed on this one, Danielle.
Well, I've talked to Cassie J twice, and I have seen the film. And just because it's a pro-men issue film does not mean that it is an anti-female issue film. And I think that's part of the problem that you have. There are a number of men's groups out there. I'm thinking of that character, Rush V, who's really just more of a pickup artist, and he's trying to exploit this men's movement to essentially pick up women. But that's not what the legitimate mainstream men's movements are about. What they're about is shining the light on the fact that we have a real crisis among boys and men. We've got boys who are over-medicated in schools with ADHD, growing up without fathers, not being given direction and guidance on how to grow into men. And that turns with men, it turns them into men without purpose, which has led to a higher rate of drug and alcohol addiction, higher rate of homelessness, higher rate of suicide. These are serious issues that we need to discuss. And I think that shouting down a film like this, rather than trying to seek out the information first so that we can then start developing policy solutions, is misguided. So she's got 2 airings of her show this weekend. It's going to be played at the University Theater downtown, which is at 8th and 8th Street. There's a showing at 1:30. She's speaking afterwards, and then Dr. Warren Farrell, who is also in this field of looking at the boy crisis, that's the name of his book, he'll be giving a lecture, and then they do it all again at 6 o'clock. So I'm hoping there's no protests. I'm hoping it proceeds, because I think that she started a really important conversation.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Do you expect any protests this time, and who's sponsoring this?
This is sponsored by the Men's Educational, let me look at this. Sorry. I should have known off the top of my head. It's the MESA is what it is. Men's Educational Support Association. They've actually been around since 1994. And the purpose of their organization is to support men who are going through family breakdown and dealing with a number of issues of child access and so on and so forth. So they have been trying to identify some of the issues that fall out from the fact that you have family breakdown, not only on the family members, the kids left behind, but also on the men who are trying to deal with supporting dual families and dual households in some circumstances. And no, I hope there isn't protest this week. And I haven't heard anyone intending to protest, which means we may now finally be getting to the point where we recognize we can talk about issues that are important to women and develop policy solutions for them, and realize that there are different issues for men's issues, and we need to start getting serious about tackling those too.
Much more on your show today, starting at 9:30. Have a great weekend, Danielle.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks.